Hey guys, welcome to Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. I'm Kishore and today I will be solving a hybrid Sudoku variant, Disjoint Killer Sudoku. This Sudoku was created by Joseph and it was posted on the CTC Discord server. The link to solve this is given in the description of the video. Do give it a try and come back and watch the video. So let us move on to the rules now. Standard rules apply. Each row, each column and 3 by 3 box in the grid will have digits from 1 to 9 without any repetitions, and two more variant rules apply. One is the disjoint rule. So as per disjoint part, digits in the same position within a 3 by 3 box cannot repeat. So basically that means that the corresponding cells in each box, to put it in a different way, the corresponding cells in a different box will all be different, or basically they will also be 1 to 9. So you can see the corresponding cells. So if you take row 1 column 1 of box 1, this would be the corresponding cell in each of the other boxes, or in other words you can say the top left corner cell. Similarly in this box the top left corner cell, same. And similarly if you consider the middle cell of the top row, in each box you consider the same cell and all of those digits will be different. So basically these highlighted cells will all be 1 to 9, and similarly the green cells will all be 1 to 9, and so on and so forth, right? So this is applicable for each and every cell in the 3 by 3 box. And then killer rules apply. You can't have digits repeating inside cages, and when you add the digits you will get the clue given in the top left corner of the cage. And this Sudoku is named One Simple Trick by the author. So this is a live solve. Let's see if we can complete the Sudoku. There is no particular reason for choosing this Sudoku. It's just something I saw and thought of covering a video on, because disjoint Sudokus, I don't think we have covered much videos on disjoints. So I thought it would be nice to have a disjoint on the channel. So hope you guys enjoy this video, and please remember to subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed yet. We'd really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button now. Okay, I'll start the Sudoku. Okay, middle box. Okay, the killer part, if you see closely, only box 5 is having the killer part, but is that really helping me? Okay, let us just start with usual stuff. I have a 3 in row 1, 3 in row 2, so which means I'll get 3 in these 3 cells. And if I look at the middle 3 cells of each and every box, none of those are filled, right? So I don't think it's going to help me. Do I start, by looking at these cells, because I have 4 givens, 1, 3, 4 and 8, right? Which basically means that these cells, these 5 cells must be 2, 5, 6, 7 and 9, right? Because you have 1, 3, 4 and 8, and all these corresponding cells also contain 1 to 9. So they can only be 2, 5, 6, 7 and 9. And I hope that's clear. If I consider this 21 cage, I can never have a 2 inside that, so that removes the 2 from that. And I'm going to repeat the process for all these corresponding cells. So for these cells, these are the corresponding cells, right? So all these 5 cells cannot be 2, 3, 4 and 7, which means they must be a 1, 5, 6, 8 and 9, right? And let me remove some pencil marks now with the help of the givens already placed. Okay, so you have 6, 8 here, so this is not a 6. 2, 4, 5, 7, so that's not a 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, that's not 5. 1, 3, 4, 6, so 1 and 6 get removed from here. And I don't think I can remove any from these 2 cells because there are no givens there. Let's look at row 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, which means this is not 2 and that is not 1. Okay, I'll remove the highlights. I have a feeling that what we are doing now is not really helping our solve, because you can see that There are multiple pencil marks in each cells. But just for a start, to get a feel of the Sudoku, I'm doing this, and since this is a live solve, I felt that we'll have something on the grid and then maybe give it a deeper thought. So I'm going to repeat the process for these cells, right? I'm highlighting them in yellow, and the corresponding cells in each of the remaining boxes are also highlighted in yellow. All these cells will contain 1 to 9. You have 3, 5 here, you have 2, 6 here. So which means that these cells must be 1, 4, 7, 8 and 9. So I'm going to repeat the process. 4 is removed from here. 1 and 8 get removed from here. 4 is removed from here. 1 is removed from here. And I think I've removed, okay, 7 can be removed from here. 2, 5, 6, 9, 1, 5, 6, 8, 9. So 8 is removed from here. Okay. 1, 3, 6, 8. So though there is no 1, 3, 6, 8. 2, 4, 5, 7. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's also removed, and 1, 3, 4, 6. Okay. So we have made all the eliminations that we can do. And I'm going to repeat the process one final time, because you can see that the pattern of givens is such that only 4 corresponding cells in each box are filled, right? So we can do this process only one more time. So I'm going to highlight all the cells using maybe pink color. All these cells are going to contain 1 to 9. So which means these 5 cells cannot be 4, 6, 1, 5, and they must be a 2, 3, 7, 8 and 9. Right? Let's look at this row. Cannot be 3. Let's look at this column. Cannot be 2 and 7. Sorry, I just messed up the pencil marks there. So they cannot be 2 and 7, right? 3 is removed from here, and this would be 2 and 7. Gets removed from there. And 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 3, 4, 6. So 3 is removed from here. 3, 4, 7, 8. Okay, 1, 2, 5, 6. 2 is removed from here. Okay, and I'm going to remove the highlights. So what I did now is just a crude start to the Sudoku, and but just to have a feel of the Sudoku, like I said, I was just marking these pencil marks. Now let us have a deeper thought. You can see that these pencil marks are not really helping us in the solve. Maybe we can look at the killer part. Okay, this can't be a 1. A 1 cannot go in the killer case. So that's 4, 7, 8, 9. And so if I have a 9 inside this case, this becomes 1 and 2. Okay, that is possible. What are we supposed to see here? Okay, these vacant spaces are really appearing interesting, guys. Do we have a trick here? The plus shaped regions are completely vacant in each boxes. So I think they are going to play around with each other, if I'm not wrong. Let us see. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Let me start with this box. Can you have a 9 here? And the reason I'm saying a 9 is because 9 cannot be, a 9 is not placed as a given in any of the other boxes. So if you have a 9 here, so 9 goes in one of these 2 cells in box 3, and 9 goes in one of these 2 cells in box 1, and 9 goes in one of these 2 cells in box 7, which is clashing with this 9. So which means that this cannot be a 9. And for the same reason, you can eliminate the 9 from this cell, and this cell, right? There's something going on here, guys. Really something. So am I supposed to look along in the 9 direction? Because, but still there are 5 more cells that a 9 can take, right? But the way this Sudoku is progressing is suggesting to me that we have to look at the 9s. Wait a minute. You can't have 9 here as well, guys. Suppose if you have a 9 here, so I eliminated that 9 cannot be in these cells using the same idea as here. If you have a 9 here, 9 goes in these two cells, 9 goes in these two cells, and this box does not contain a 9. And similarly, these two cells you can eliminate. Now let's come over to this cell. If you have a 9 here, so 9 goes in one of these two cells, 9 goes in one of these two cells, 9 goes in one of these two cells, and again 9 goes in one of these two cells. So in column 8 we are having a clash. Just because of the placement of givens like these, the plus shaped regions are really helping us in the solve. So if I'm not wrong, you can eliminate 9 from these 3 cells as well. Superb, guys. What a start to the Sudoku. Really fantastic. Just replicate the 9s here. We'll do for one more cell. If you have a 9 here, the 9 in this box goes in these two cells. So 9 goes in these two cells, 9 goes in these two cells, and again you are having a clash. The same idea is going to repeat if you have 9 in any of these 4 pink cells. So which means we have eliminated from all these 9 cells exactly 8 cells which cannot take a 9. This one as well, exactly 8 cells which cannot take a 9, which basically leaves only this cell to take a 9. What a start to the Sudoku, guys. Really wonderful start. Not so easy to see until or unless you get the idea that these plus shaped regions are doing something here. Of course, these pencil marks are nothing but useless. It's not going to really help us in the solve, but this idea was wonderful, guys. Really wonderful. So 9 has to go here, right? Which means that I have a 1-2 pair now. So the 12 cage gets quickly filled up, and the moment 9 is removed from this box, there is only one way to fill the 21 cage. That is going to be 6, 7, 8. So I can remove the 5 and 9 from here. This is going to be 6, 7, 8. And this can only be 7 or 8. So this is 4 and 9 gets removed from here. And 1, 2, 9, 6, 7, 8. Which means I can only have 3, 4, 5 here. So this cannot be a 3 or this cannot be a 4. So this has to be a 5. And which means you need a 3, 4 here. Of course 4 is not possible here because of this 4. So 4 goes here and 3 goes here. Beautiful, guys. Superb start to the Sudoku, I would say. Really wonderful work from Joseph there. So 3 gets removed from this column. So 3 is not here. That's a 7, 8, 9. 3 gets removed from here. That's 8, 9. So you basically have 2, 7, 8, 9, right? Okay, so we place 6, 7, 8 here. So I'll remove the 6, 7, 8 from other cells in that column. This is not 8 or 7. This is not 6, 7. And this is not 6. This is not 7, 8, right? Okay. So let me just remove these highlights now. And also the 9 pencil marks, which are just stray pencil marks, I'll remove them as well. Just a second, guys. All these gets removed. All these get removed. All these get removed. And all these get removed. These two as well. Okay, I'll remove the 9s from the grid. Okay. Now let's see. So what did we do last? We eliminated pencil marks from this column, right? So we have 1, 9 here, a 4, 9 here, a 4, 7, 9 here. Okay, this is fantastic, guys. Look at these cells. I'm sorry, I'll just highlight them properly. Okay, basically these 9 cells are highlighted again. So we have 1, 4, 7, 8, 9 in these 5 cells. And which means that this cell cannot take 8, this cell cannot take 8, this cell cannot take 8. So one of these two cells would have to take the 8 so that the red cells have an 8 in them. And that is removing the 8 from this cell, which is giving us a digit. Fantastic. So that becomes a 9. So that is not a 9. That is not a 9. That is not a 9, and that is also not a 5. And I can remove the 9 from here. That's 1, 7, 8. We saw that 8 must be in one of these two cells, which means this cannot be 8. This cannot be a 9. So that's a 2 or a 7. So did we get something with that there? Just a small thing. You will notice that these 3 cells cannot take a 9 now. And of course these 4 cells don't have a 9 in them, so which means that one of these 2 cells, that is row 3 column 4 or row 9 column 4, must have a 9 in them to satisfy the red cells 9, which means 5 is removed from 9 is removed from this cell, so that's a 5. And any other cell, so this is not a 9 because 9 is in one of these cells, and that is also not a 5, so that has to be a 2. Lovely Sudoku, guys, so much fun. I mean, disjoint Sudokus are usually can be laborious depending on how hard the author has made them. I've found them sometimes very laborious to solve and kind of boring, but this one is really interesting, guys, very very interesting. So 2 6 7 8 5, so which means these 2 cells must be 1 3 4 and 9, and we can leave that for now because the corresponding cells of that cell are all empty, so it's not going to help us for now. So let's just focus on something else. Okay, lots of givens in here, I mean lots of candidates in here. Okay, so we have a pentaple, guys. 2 7 1 7 8 1 2 7 8 4 7. Okay, we have a quadruple actually. Look at these 4 cells. 1 2 3 and 4. These 4 cells have a quadruple, right? 1 2 7 8, which means this cell cannot be a 7, so that has to be a 4. And that leaves a 5 6 pair in row 6. That's really gorgeous, this 5 6 pair. So we have got 2 cells for this corresponding cell, right? So we need to find more like that. Okay, we can do more fancy stuff here, and I'm going to show you that. These things are not so easy to spot. You have to continuously ask yourself where things are interesting. And how it became interesting for me was after seeing this 5 6 pair, it became really interesting, and I noticed this 3 4. You can see that 3 4 is not in the pink cells, and even in row 6 3 4 is not in the pink cells, which basically means I can make a corner pencil mark of 3 4 into these 3 cells. But look at box 7, it already has a 3 and 4 inside that, so that means that I can make a 3 4 pair here, and which basically means I can eliminate 4 from here, so that's a 9, and that is not 9, that's 7 8, and that would be 7 8. Superb Sudoku, guys, really superb. What a way to force the starting digit, and look how beautifully it is progressing, guys. What a Sudoku. So let me continue now. Okay, so if you look at the pink cells again carefully and ask yourself where can the 9 go into those pink cells, you will get the answer that 9 must be in one of these 3 cells in the pink cells, so which means this cannot be a 9. That's a 1, and that's not a 9, that's 2 7 8. Okay, 5 is here, so 5 could be eliminated here, so that's 1 6 9, and 9 could also be eliminated, so that's 1 and 6. Okay, this cannot be 9, this cannot be 2 9 in fact, so for row 3 this can only be 7 8, 1 3 4 5 6 and 2 and 9, so this is 7 and 8, and you have a 7 8 pair in pink cells now, a 3 4 pair, a 5 6 pair, which means that this can only be 1 2 9 and this can only be 1 2 9 because you have the remaining digits 1 2 9 in the pink cells, and the one fact that 1 is here removes the 1 from those cells, so you get a 2 9 pair, and that gives me a 1 here, that becomes a 2. Superb. And the work with the the pink cells are done, so we can just remove the colors. So I have a 2 9 pair here, so this is not a 2 now, so that becomes a 7 8 pair, which removes the 5 and 8 from here because 5 is here and you have an 8 here, so this is 6 and 9. So I have 3 4 5, I have 7 8, which means remaining digits are 1 2 6 9. So you have 2 9 here, so this means that this cell has to be 1 and 6, and that becomes a 1 6 pair, which removes the 6 from that cell, so that's a 9, and there's only one cell left for the 2, that is the 2. So 1 5 2 9 7 8, We need 3 4 6. You can't have 3 4 in row 1, so that's a 6. That becomes a 3 4 pair. So in column 4 we have 6 7 8 1 2 5 9, so that's a 3 4. So we've got 3 4 pair in these corresponding cells. Okay, let's look at row 1. We have only 2 digits to fill, so 1 2 5 6 9 3 and 4. These must be 7 and 8. So is there any easy deduction? Okay, I have a 2 here, so which means this is not a 2, so that's a 7, and that gives me a 6 here. That becomes a 7 8, and you can remove the 6 from this cell, so that's 1 and 8. 6 and 7 can be removed from this cell, 2 and 9, and you have a 2 here, so that's a 9. That's not 9, or a 5, that's an 8. That is not 8 because of the 8 here, so that's 1 and 7. And you have 1 here, so which means this is 7, that is a 2, and that has to be 8, that has to be 7. And 4 in box 6 has only one cell left now, so 4 has to go here. 4 8 9 2 5 6 and 7, so 1 and 3 would have to go here. This cannot be a 3 because you have a 3 here, so that's a 1 and that's a 3. And now 3 in box 7 has only one cell left, or you can ask yourself, where can 3 be in column 3? So 3 has to go here, and that gives me 4 in both of these cells. So that is a 4, that is a 4, and that 4 gives me a 3 here, and which resolves this 3 4 pair. Wonderful Sudoku, guys. What a Sudoku. It's such a joy, to solve these kind of Sudokus, guys. Really fun. 1 2 3 9 4 and 6. So which means we have 5 7 8 remaining digits, and 7 8 in row 7 gives me a 5 here, and this becomes a 7 8 pair. Okay, I think we are in for a photo finish. Look how beautifully the Sudoku digits are getting filled up, right? So let's look at column 3, 3 5 7 9 1 2 4. So regulation stuff, 6 8 must go in one of these two cells, and maybe column 1 and columns 9 are really interesting. 4 6 8 and 1 2 3, which means we have 5 7 9 left to be placed. So this would be 5 7 9, this would be a 5 7 9, 7 and 9 are removed, so that is a 5, so that's 7 9, and that's a 7 9. Okay, so let's look at column 1. 1 3 7 4 6 8, so we need 2 5 and 9, so you can't have 2 here, that is a 5 and a 9, and you have 9 here, that's a 2 5, 5 here, that's a 2 9. So we have 2 5 9 triplet here, which means we can maybe look at the corresponding cells. Okay, they're actually empty. So 2 5 9 3 4 7 1 6 8, so these three cells must be 1 6 and 8, which you could have as well placed by looking at this column and seeing the remaining digits, right? So I'll remove these highlights. Am I missing something simple here? You have a 5 here, so which means this cannot be a 5, that's a 2, so that is a 9, that is a 5, and 5 can be placed in box 4, that's a 5, and which means this would be a 6 8 pair, and now this cannot be 6 8, so that's a 1, so this becomes a 6 8 pair in these two cells, and you have a 5 here, so that is a 6 and that is a 3. Box 6 is filled, and you have 9 here, so that's not 9, so column 9 can be filled now, that's a 9, and you have 7 here, so that is 8, that is 7, oh that's 7, that is 8, that is 7, that is 8, that 8 gives me a 6, which resolves this 1 6 pair, and what else, 2 4 6 8 1 3 7, so these must be 5 9, so you have 5 here, so that's a 9, that's a 5, and 9 is removed from this cell, that's a 2, and that becomes 9, 3 4 5 7 6 8 9, so you have 1 here, so that's 1, that's 2, so we are about to finish the Sudoku, no doubt about that. So 8 is here, so 8 is removed from this cell, that's a 7, that's an 8, and you can finish off this pair, that's 8, that's 6, and that becomes 6 now, this would have to be a 7, and 3 4 7 9 2 5 6, so 1 and 8, so this would be 1 and that would be 8, and with that we have completed this really gorgeous Sudoku by Joseph. There was one defining step at the very start of the Sudoku, and I don't think you can complete the Sudoku without deducing that 9 has to be in row 5, column 5. What a move that was, guys. What a step that was. It was really beautiful, and I got the idea because I was seeing these plus shaped vacant regions in each of these corner boxes, and that got me to think, okay, if I have some digit in here, is it going to create a clash between rows and columns? So, and that got me to thinking, and we were able to eliminate 9s from 4 cells in the corner boxes, and that then we were able to eliminate 9s from all these middle cells also, except this one, and that really got us the start to the Sudoku. I really enjoyed this Sudoku, guys. Hope you did as well. Leave a comment under the video. Please like the video, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks Joseph for such a brilliant Sudoku. We hope to catch you soon with the video. Bye bye.